I love bread. Do you love bread? I love baking bread. We're going to bake some bread today. We're going to make some harvest bread. This is so good, using all the stuff from the pantry. It's fresh out of the oven. It smells amazing, and it tastes even better. Hello, everyone, and welcome to SuttonsDaze. If you're new here, my name is Lisa, and we are all about pantry preparedness. And today we are sharing a recipe with you for what I call harvest bread. It's basically a fruit bread. It's not super sweet, but it's got a little hint of sweet to it. It is absolutely delicious. It makes 2 of these small loaves or 1 big one. You can put it in a loaf pan, or you can make a more rustic style where you put it in like a cast iron skillet. So good. Absolutely delicious. I hope that you'll join me. This recipe is super simple, has a lot of the normal things that you use, but in addition to all of that, of course, there is the dried fruit. I am doing a double batch, so refer to the recipe that is linked down below. You can print it out there. This is what we're starting with: flour, honey, dried fruit, oil, yeast, salt, and water. We've added the water, not hot. It's not hot, but it is warm. We've added the yeast, and now we're adding the honey, and we're going to let this sit and proof. It's going to take about 10 minutes. You want to see it bubbling. Flour's all in, and now we're going to add the dried fruit. Okay, so now we're just going to mix this for about 7 minutes. You don't want to go too long, but you want to make sure it's long enough to get it all kneaded properly. Do you need a mixer? No, you don't. You can totally do this by hand. I'm using a mixer. It's kind of you have to do that. It's a prerequisite for baking bread, okay? So now I'm going to divide this in half and then divide it in half again. But that's because I did a double batch. So you'll only have to do 1 division. This time I am using bread pans because I'm going to be sending these out to some folks, and I want this shape. Typically I do this as more of a rustic bread, so you can decide how you would prefer to have it, okay? And you're just going to roll it, make it look pretty, okay? Don't overwork it. Place it into the bread pans. And this dough feels so good. And look at, I mean, it is chock full of fruit. It is absolutely amazing. Okay, let's get out there. There we go. I line the sheets or I line the pans, and if I'm doing it in a cast iron pan instead, I line the cast iron pan with parchment paper because I think it turns out better. Now, if you don't want to use parchment paper, okay, then you can put an oil, just coat it in oil or lard, however you prefer. It does tend to get a little crispier though on the bottom when you do that. Okay, so now we're going to put these to a nice little nap for about 30 minutes. We've allowed these to rise. Look at those. They're beautiful. So now these are going to go into a preheated oven at 375 degrees for 35 minutes. You want to keep them, especially if you're using an electric oven like I am, you want to keep them higher up off the bottom of the oven so that it doesn't get too brown, okay? But these are going to be delicious. Oh, look at those. Now we're going to let them cool off for about a half an hour. I made sure you got the end because I know you like the end.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Mm-hmm. Good?
Mm-hmm.
Good, good. Okay, we're going to get rid of the other 3 loaves. Yep, sorry. If you want to see some more of our bread baking, check out this video right here. Until next time, everybody, be safe.